A movie terrified a generation. Every single fact it opened with was a lie. The movie was Anaconda, 1997. Jennifer Lopez, Ice Cube, Jon Voight. A snake so monstrous it made audiences afraid of the water. And here is what they never told you. The real animal is more dangerous than anything the filmmakers invented. It kills differently than science believed for a century. It hides secrets that took researchers decades to uncover. And beneath it, in the fossil record, there is something that makes the anaconda look like a garden hose. This is what they got wrong. And this is what they never mentioned at all. Let's start with what the film got wrong, because the list is long. The anaconda in the 1997 movie was portrayed as 40 feet long and aggressive, a calculated hunter of humans, an animal that would stalk a boat, pursue survivors, and regurgitate prey just to eat it again. The movie's opening crawl stated this word for word. They will regurgitate their prey in order to kill and eat again. That is not how anacondas work. Snakes regurgitate prey when stressed or threatened, to become lighter and escape danger. They do not vomit up a meal to hunt again for sport. Every scientist who has studied this animal has confirmed it. The movie invented it. Here is the reality on size. The largest reliably documented wild anaconda on record measured under 28 feet. The movie's 40-foot snake? No such animal has ever been captured or confirmed by science. The eyes in the film were given slitted villainous pupils, designed to make the snake look evil. In reality, anacondas have round pupils, confirmed by IMDb's own production records. The filmmakers changed the anatomy of the animal to make it look more like a monster. The movie also got the size of the sexes completely backwards. In the film, the larger, more aggressive snake is male. In reality, female green anacondas are dramatically larger than males. The most extreme size difference of any four-limbed vertebrate species on Earth, according to Dr. Jesus Rivas, founder of the Anaconda Project, who has personally examined over 1,000 anacondas. And the behavior? The movie's snake actively hunts, pursues, and targets humans with calculated intelligence. According to the Smithsonian's National Zoo, anacondas are not known to prey on humans. There is not a single verified documented case of a green anaconda killing and consuming a human being. Not one. Despite decades of researchers working deep in anaconda territory, it has never been recorded. But the most fascinating thing the movie got wrong is also the most scientifically interesting. The film shows the anaconda crushing its prey, bones snapping, the victim suffocating under immense pressure. Dramatic, visceral, and according to modern science, not quite how it works. For over a century, scientists believed constrictors like anacondas killed their prey by suffocation, squeezing until the animal could no longer breathe. That was the accepted science. It was in textbooks. It was what everyone believed. Then, in 2015, a study published in the Journal of Experimental Biology changed everything. Researchers at Dickinson College discovered that boa constrictors, close relatives of anacondas, do not kill by suffocation at all. They kill by cardiac arrest. Within 6 seconds of the snake beginning to coil, blood pressure in the prey's arteries drops by half. Central venous pressure spikes sixfold. The circulatory system collapses. The brain and heart are starved of oxygen simultaneously. And the animal loses consciousness within seconds. Not minutes, seconds. The anaconda does not slowly squeeze the life out of its prey. It essentially stops the heart almost immediately. Faster, more efficient, and far more calculated than anything the movie depicted. Think about that. An animal with no hands, no venom, no claws, stopping a heartbeat with nothing but the geometry of its own body. The film also missed some of the most extraordinary things about the real animal. Green anacondas spend the majority of their lives almost completely submerged. Their eyes and nostrils sit on top of their heads, perfectly designed to wait, motionless, with only a sliver of face above the waterline. They can hold their breath for up to 10 minutes while hunting, and in documented cases, considerably longer. They have been documented killing and consuming large cats. And perhaps most disturbing of all, female anacondas have been documented strangling males after mating. The male, having served his biological purpose, becomes her next meal. She does not eat again during her 7-month gestation, and a nearby male provides a ready source of nutrition. This is rare, documented only a handful of times, but it is real. The movie gave us a monster. The reality gave us something genuinely alien. But here is where the story gets truly unsettling. Everything we just described, the weight, the power, the ability to stop a heartbeat in seconds, applies to an animal that maxes out at under 550 pounds and under 28 feet. Now ask yourself, what came before it? Fossils were first excavated from the Cerrejón coal mine in Colombia, starting in 2002, by a joint team from the University of Florida and the Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute. The bones were collected and labeled as crocodile remains, and nobody questioned it. They were wrong. Then, in 2007, a graduate student named Alex Hastings was inspecting a shipment of fossils marked crocodile when he noticed a vertebra unlike anything he had seen. He showed it to fellow student Jason Bourque, a reptile specialist. Bourque looked at it and said 3 words: "That's a snake." These were not crocodile bones. They belonged to Titanoboa cerrejonensis, a snake, a real snake, one that lived 58 to 60 million years ago, right after the dinosaurs vanished. The find was formally published in the journal Nature in 2009 by lead scientist Jason Head of the University of Toronto, alongside Jonathan Bloch of the University of Florida and Carlos Jaramillo of the Smithsonian. 42 to 47 feet long, weighing up to 2,500 pounds. Not the fictional monster from a 1997 Hollywood film. A creature confirmed by peer-reviewed science, published in Nature. At its greatest width, Titanoboa would have reached your hips standing next to you. It was as long as a school bus. It weighed as much as a small rhinoceros. And here is something that surprises most people. Scientists believe Titanoboa was primarily a fish eater, not crocodiles, not mammals, fish. The structure of its skull, its tooth count, jaw anatomy and palate all point to a specialized fish-eating diet. The largest predator that ever lived, waiting in ancient rivers for fish to swim past. Scientists also discovered something that tells us something deeply unsettling about our planet's past. Reptiles can only grow to a certain size based on the temperature of their environment. A snake this large could only have existed if the average temperature of its tropical habitat was between 86 and 93 degrees Fahrenheit, substantially hotter than any tropical environment on Earth today. Titanoboa is not a tropical environment on Earth today. Titanoboa is not just the largest snake ever discovered. It is a thermometer for a lost world. The 1997 Anaconda film was built by Walt Conti and his company Edge Innovations, the same team behind the animatronic whales in Free Willy. They constructed 2 mechanical snakes, a 25-foot warrior model and a 40-foot queen that weighed 5,000 pounds. During filming, the controls for the animatronic shorted out, and the snake went completely out of control. Some of that footage made it into the final film. The 40-foot queen animatronic still exists today, on display at the California Academy of Sciences in San Francisco, its skin removed, endoskeleton and wiring exposed for the public to see. It was fiction, designed to frighten, built on exaggeration. And yet, the real story is more extraordinary than anything the screenwriters invented. A living animal that can stop a heartbeat in seconds, that holds its breath for up to 50 minutes, that has prowled the Amazon for millions of years. And beneath that, in the fossil record, a creature so large that its existence proves the Earth itself was once a different, hotter, stranger world. And then in 2024, scientists confirmed they did not even have the right number of species. A second anaconda, the northern green anaconda, Eunectes akayima, was hiding in plain sight across the Amazon and Orinoco basins the entire time. Genetically, 5.5% different from the anaconda we thought we knew. To put that in perspective, humans and chimpanzees are only 2% different. Published in the peer-reviewed journal Diversity, confirmed by 15 scientists from 9 countries, the movie told you to be afraid of a 40-foot fictional snake. The files say the snake is 40 feet long. The files say the truth was always stranger. If this is the kind of history they do not teach in school, the kind they hope you never find, then you are in the right place. Subscribe to Vanished History. We are just getting started.